Welcome back. Today's video, I'm going to talk about how to build your portfolio on Upwork and why it is so important. Now, when you're bidding for jobs on Upwork, one of the most important things that customers are going to look for is proof that you can actually do the job that you're saying you can do. And that comes in the form of portfolio pieces and other forms of social proof, which I'm going to talk about when I share my screen in a second. I know, surprising, there's gonna be a cutaway. How exciting. Now, my name's Gavin. I make these videos really just to document my own journey, provide some tips and tricks, and really just share some insights. So if you have any questions, chuck them down below. I answer literally everything that you guys shoot my way. I got time on my hands. And if you find it very useful, subscribe to the channel, like the channel, check out the description of this video, a bunch of free resources along with a link that I use to actually automate the process of applying for jobs. Super useful as well. But without wasting any more of your time, let's get in the video and let me show you why portfolio pieces are so important and how to build yours out. Okay, so building a portfolio on Upwork. First of all, just to show you that I'm not completely full of shit. As you can see here, $100,000 in total earnings, 145 jobs, 1,217 hours on this platform. So I think the first thing we actually have to figure out is what a portfolio actually is. And when you really boil it down, a portfolio is a demonstration of what you actually do and demonstrating to somebody who goes onto your profile that you know what you do. And there's a few ways you can do this. And first of all, the biggest thing I recommend doing is just absolutely loading up your portfolio, rather the portfolio section, with as many examples and really case studies as you can possibly get. And yes, for those who are listening, I did just burp right there. Apologies. So as you can see here, first of all, when we go into the portfolio section for Upwork, the first thing you want to actually make sure you're doing is when you're building out this portfolio piece, you want to make sure you're matching the keywords for the types of jobs that you want to complete. For me, for example, it's cold email, it's Klaviyo email marketing, it's e-commerce email marketing. And so I want to ensure that when I do my project title, my role, my project description, skills and deliverables, I'm including all of that stuff. Now, within my actual content section here, I've done a few things. I've actually included links. I've created like a few different article pieces. I mean, as you can see here, we have about 15 different article pieces here, or rather, portfolio pieces. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give myself a wide range of different types of content. Now, if you really have to choose, you're like, hey, I only want to do 2 portfolio pieces, what should I do? I highly recommend doing video format. And if you take a look at this portfolio piece here, as you can see, I've made it super clear about what I'm doing. Cold and warm email are powerful but different. So I'm already talking about cold email, right? For cold email, right, you can see I'm doing that. Outreach sequences, generate qualified calls. I'm actually creating keywords in my portfolio piece. And you'll notice here that I've actually got a YouTube video link here. The reason I say you should prioritize having like a video in your portfolio piece as opposed to a written document case study, I'll show you 2 examples of what that looks like, as opposed to, let's take a look at this. Here, this is another video that we have. If we go all the way to the back, you can see here, we have written case studies like this, right? And you can see the whole case study. This looks great, like this does look good, right? But there's something about being behind a video camera that helps you build authority in a way that like a written piece of information does not. And I highly, highly recommend just creating some time, setting aside some time to record YouTube videos where you talk about your stuff. Talk your shit, speak about whatever you're selling. For example, for me here, I have a fully edited, well put together video that talks specifically to the service that I sell, cold email versus warm email. And take a look at this. Cold email and warm email are both types of email marketing. If somebody watched that video and they see me talking about what I know and actually explaining myself and conveying who I am as a person, this is going to resonate so much more than any form of written content. Now, I'm not saying don't do written content. You should do written content. But if you have to choose between the 2, if you're limited on time, go for the video, get it edited, put it up on a YouTube channel that you create. Having a YouTube channel is one of the biggest hacks you can have for your business, by the way. I talk about it all the time on this channel. Do that. And then if you then have even more time, then start supporting the video stuff with the written content like this, right? Where we have like basically guides and explanations and case studies and all that kind of good stuff, right? For example, outbound sales to raise funds for their energy platform. Our team built a cold email infrastructure. You can see I'm just enriching the job descriptions with the actual keywords that we want to be speaking to here. And so when you're building out your portfolio, the biggest thing is you need to think about, first of all, who is my ICP, and creating case studies that focus on what the ICP needs, and then obviously creating video content to support that, and then dovetailing in some other written stuff. That's how you build out the portfolio piece. That is one part of what's going to make a successful Upwork profile. The other stuff is actually having a very clear description in terms of what you do. For example, Klaviyo and email and SMS plus cold email, followed up by very in-depth, clear description of what I do in my job description task, followed by even having a video. Highly recommend you have a video like this, by the way, in your description. Can't even remember what this one is. Oh, look at that. Look at that beautiful kitchen in the background. That's embarrassing. But you get the idea, right? The more you build out your profile, the more Upwork's algorithm is going to be like, hey, this guy's putting in work. We're going to put him in front of more people. And then the more people who see your stuff, obviously the more built out your profile is, the more likely they are to hire you, respond. I can't tell you how many times I've had people get on a call with me and say, the only reason we're on this call is because your profile is fully built out, but more importantly, your YouTube channel. Having a YouTube channel and having videos that link to that channel in your portfolio is going to be the biggest unlock and the biggest value add that you can have for your entire business. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want to find out about a tool that actually helps you automate the process of finding jobs on Upwork, which is how I've generated, it says 100K, but I think it's over like 130K at the moment. If you want to figure out how I've generated all that money from Upwork, check out the description of this video. There's a link to another channel, super useful. Recommend you use that tool. I am an affiliate of it, full disclosure, but whatever. You boys got to make some money somehow. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the newsletter. Let me know if you have any questions. I answer anything and everything that you guys have, and I'll see you in the next video. 3 videos every single week.